Hey everyone, let's talk about the latest update for KDE Plasma, version 6.6.4. Now I know what you're thinking, it's just a small maintenance release, right? Well, this one is hiding a pretty huge performance upgrade that you're definitely going to want to know about. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been, settled in, watching a movie or deep into a gaming session, and suddenly your laptop's fans just kick into overdrive? Sounds like a jet engine taking off, right? That heat, that noise, it's your system screaming for help. Well, it turns out this new update has a really smart fix for that exact problem. And that fix is a major performance boost, specifically when you're running anything full screen. Yeah, this is mostly a release for bug fixes and a little bit of polish, but there's one feature that just stands out and makes a massive difference.
So get this update came out just 3 weeks after the last one, and its main claim to fame is this super clever optimization. It's designed to seriously cut down on how much work your CPU and GPU have to do when you're in full screen mode. This is exactly the kind of under-the-hood change that you can actually feel when you use your computer.
Okay, so how in the world does it actually do that? Well, the magic behind it is a cool piece of tech called direct scanout. Let's break down what that actually is.
So, in the simplest terms, think of direct scanout as creating a VIP express lane for your computer's graphics. Instead of the images from your game or video having to go through a middleman, the desktop compositor, they get sent straight to your screen. It's all about cutting out the unnecessary steps.
And here's a perfect way to see the difference. The old way, over on the left, meant the compositor had to handle and process every single frame. It was an extra step that just ate up resources constantly. But with the new direct scanout method on the right, that middleman is completely bypassed, and that means a huge saving in both CPU and GPU power.
Now here's the really clever part. The trigger for this whole optimization is what makes it so smart. It only kicks in when an app is full screen and your mouse cursor is hidden. Just think about it for a second. When are you in that exact situation? When you're watching a video or playing a game? It's such a simple, context-aware improvement. It's brilliant.
But hey, that big performance boost isn't the only thing they packed in here. This update also comes with a whole bunch of other little quality-of-life fixes that really help polish the entire experience. First up, this one's a small thing, but oh man, it's so convenient. You can now just grab a file from your recent items list in the launcher and just plop it right on your desktop or into a folder. It's a tiny change that's going to save you so many clicks.
Next, you know the update notifications you get from the Discover Software Center? Well, they're more accurate now, so no more seeing a pop-up for 5 updates when there are actually 7 waiting. It's a little thing, but it just builds more trust in what your system is telling you.
And for all you fans of a little visual flair, you'll love this. The classic wobbly Windows effect now plays much more nicely with the blur effect in the console terminal. It's all about making sure everything looks smooth and polished.
Speaking of visual polish, if you're rocking a high-resolution display with fractional scaling, good news! The bouncy app launch animations should now be way smoother and more reliable. No more jittery launches. Plasma's touch support also got a really nice little bump. You can now edit your widgets using just your fingers, which is a fantastic step forward for anyone using Plasma on a tablet or a Toon-1 laptop. And finally, here's a bug fix that a lot of NVIDIA users are going to be happy about. The System Monitor will now correctly show GPU usage and memory graphs that were broken for some cards, so you can finally get an accurate picture of what your hardware is doing.
So let's pull all this together. What does it all really mean? Why should a seemingly small update like this actually matter to you in your day-to-day use?
Well, it all boils down to these very real, very tangible benefits. That direct scan-out feature means your computer uses less power, which directly translates to longer battery life on a laptop. It means less work for your hardware, so you get quieter fans and less heat. And for all you gamers, it can actually lead to smoother, more consistent frame times. Bottom line, it just makes the whole desktop experience way more efficient.
You know, what this update really shows is that the KDE team is laser-focused on improvements that make a practical difference. It's not always about adding some big, flashy new feature. Sometimes it's about refining the core experience to make it faster, quieter, and just plain better for all of us.
And that really leaves us with a fascinating thought to chew on. When you have software optimizations like this that can make your battery last longer and your system run cooler, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is smarter software becoming the new hardware upgrade? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.